Hello and welcome to today's edition of URP Practical Talk. I'm your host, George Gonzalez. And today we have in the studio, well, two familiar faces and actually a new face. So I see that again, we got Mr. Roberts in the studio.
Again, nice to meet you.
Yes. And of course, Mr. Barrier.
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
Yes. Now, of course, you. Yes. Yes. Sorry, and your name?
Gavin Tucker.
Gavin Tucker. All right, yes. And so, and if I have it correct, that you are a candidate for URP in New Amsterdam, am I correct?
Yeah.
Great, great. So we'll definitely give you some time to talk about your experience, and especially, of course, you got to push in a little plug for your candidacy as well, too. But now I know that Mr. Ferrier, that you had wanted to speak on, of course, with your experience in national security, that you wanted to actually speak on some of the pressing matters that, well, a lot of persons may not know what's really going on in the interior. So can you please tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, this is all because of my years of experience as a general manager with one of the leading mining companies in Guyana. And I'm aware that I'm the person who had handed over the Court Stone in 2010 to the Russians. And I'm aware that a lot of atrocities have been taking place of the Guyanese local small miners, where the Russians were demanding gold and percentage from people's production, which has nothing to do with their presence in this country. And only recently, a few months ago, a couple of them were found assaulting a Guyanese miner.
Oh, this is the cell phone footage that was
Yeah,
going around.
that's
the two
right.
Ukrainians.
That's
that-
right.
okay,
That's
yeah.
right. And I'm saying that certain things ought not to happen to Guyanese in Guyana. And these things are being overlooked by the present administration. Okay? In Guyana, everybody ought to be somebody. And I'm saying again that it might not have only been an assault, but if the president of this country do have accurate reports, he would have known of the atrocities that is happening in the interior, where people are being killed and unsolved, gone as unsolved murders, where some people is missing. And I'm aware how cruel these Russians and Ukrainians are. I'm aware of it. I hand over Court Stone to them. And I know some of their activities. But presently, in the present administration, you have people who will try to keep you out. Even if you have solid and important information that would be for the best of national security, this is what these people are doing. We have to do away with that. And the URP is working towards some of these traits that becomes norm, because it seems as though that wrong becomes right in Guyana. And I have some simple philosophies that governs me and my family, that no man can be wrong, no man can lay on his back and his belly at the set time, and irrelevant of what. You could never be wrong and right at the set time. Wrong is parallel to right. And if you do math, you would know that parallel lines, no matter how far they run, do never meet. We have to stand up as a people and speak out against some of the things that some of these expatriate officers are doing to the Guyanese populace in terms of like Rousseau, in terms of Roraima, in terms of J.P. Knights, which is defunct now, Viceroy, which is defunct now. Now we have Oldendorf. And these are people who have been mistreating the Guyanese populace. What is the Ministry of Labor doing about these instances? Today, nothing. Anybody could come and do that. We need to stop this. And the Guyanese populace need to look at it and see the advantage that is taken upon us, that is putting us in a disadvantaged position in life. that we have to make right with that when it's wrong. It's totally wrong. The Cayuni River, the Minister of Public Security, blah blahing. I don't think he even knows that the Cayuni River is the main river for all the run-ins and the shuttlings of the cocaine and the fuel coming into this country to be sold. Why are they not thinking about having military bases set up strategically along the Cayuni River and in certain interior locations so that we can know what is going on actually and inform the general public, because this is what we need to know, what is happening with our gold. You have the Brazilians, you have the Venezuelans who are mining our gold and not declaring it to the gold board and having them be taken over the border. Whilst Guyanese are being taxed with punitive taxation, increase on rates and taxes, increases in your tariff for your power, electricity, water, telephones. Come on. What is this administration doing about it? So, as we know that we live in a democratic state from 92 to now, which the URP has been very active in having democracy being placed or replaced or restored to Guyana. I'm saying now, a democracy or a democratic state is a state where the supreme power is vested in the people. And the decision makings are made by them or their electoral agents through a free and fair electoral process. So I'm now saying the URP has the opportunity to have God power mingling with the people's power to make it right. And I'm asking all you people out there to vote for the cowhead, the URP, November 12th come. Please make a difference. The other part is the young people who seems to be hopeless. If you should attend one of the boxing tournament at the gymnasium, the most people that are there are the boxers, the participants. Boxing dead.
Sports day.
And bury sports dead in Guyana. What about the young people who might not be academically gifted but have a talent, that are blessed some other way? What about them? So it seems as though the only alternative is crime. We need to correct that. We need to correct that. We need law and order restored to Guyana. We need peace and happiness. I say thank you for everything.
Okay. It's definitely a good place for us to leave off there. That, of course, especially as you mentioned youth, that we actually have one here in the studio as well too. That and not only that, but a young member of the party, and that, to my knowledge, that you are running for your constituency as well. So in New Amsterdam. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go a little bit more into your candidacy.
Well, I am a construction worker, and I'm here with URP for a change. And I want to encourage the youths to come out. Vote come November 12th. But if you want to change, you need to come out. You can't be in. And come November 12th, I ask all youths to come out. Vote November 12th.
And so, why? Well, first, may I ask, how old are you?
I'm 24.
So, all right, so you're a very young person. So, I must ask, why? What brought you to the URP?
Well, I seek to a change. And I used to watch the program on TV, and then the guy was in the area. So I go and I get signed up to be a member of URP. Because I never was in a party before, but I never considered it due to what I was seeing previous and the present right now. So I decided to go with URP for a change.
And well, I'll just break it with there, where of course, you being an Afro Guyanese, that I'm pretty sure, because of the, there's been a long history of them quite often supporting the PNC. That did you feel like any sort of push to go into that party or even into any other party?
No, I never. This is my first time in a party.
And so you just decided that this is the party for you.
Yeah, I feel so. Not that only that I feel, I know so,
Also, that's right.
right? And with what I'm seeing, I strongly believe that URP will make a change. But first thing we need to do is get in there to make this change. So we need to ask the youths to come out and vote come November 12th.
And so, beyond voting, what contribution do you feel that youths can really bring to society that they're being maybe blocked from in any way from doing now?
Well, the youth is the future, right? And a lot of in the communities, sports and all activity is there in the community, right? And there's nothing to bring the youths out really. So with URP, we are here to do that.
Yeah. And so, when you mean that there's not enough things to bring people out, I mean, like, but there's parties though, right?
Yeah, there's like the previous government, they are not pushing the youths.
Yeah.
The youth is the future. We
And
need
it's
to
more than just the parties.
yeah, we need to
something.
push the youth, get more thing organized in the community.
Yes. And so, can you please speak to at least for a lot of people may not know, especially if they're in town, that can you please speak to a little bit towards the experience of a lot of the like young people like yourself in New Amsterdam or even in Barbuda as
Well, most youths, I won't be able to say about.
like what's the general feeling? Like how do they feel about the country? How do they feel about how things are going?
Well, most of the youths they're not really into the party thing. They give up with what they see with the previous party and with now. So they're like don't care. So like if we are we need to show them the right way to go. Like they're not getting these vibes really though. To
It's like
say well,
apathy.
yeah, for join the party. So that they don't say the PP was the same thing. Or the PP was one thing, or the AP and you is still the same thing. So they give up. So with URP now, we need to show them well, hope is there. It doesn't need to come on board. They need to vote.
And so I know that a lot of the older folks will, go and comment in their heart that, some feel that they have had a change, others feel like that they would have not had a change. But how do you feel that, having seen, looking at your age now, that means that you have essentially lived all your life under one party to then experience this change of the party and we're several years into it. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was glad for a change also from the PVP. But now when I see what is going on, it's actually the same thing. So which it really it's not there really. I'm sorry.
They said that they would increase the opportunities for the youth, especially in terms of jobs, and that.
Yeah, they said there will be jobs, creating jobs for the youths. There will be more activity, and till now there is been nothing. So I don't think that they have any intention in doing any of those things. But with URP, we will get it done, one step at a time. You just need to be there to get it done.
And so I'll bring this now towards you. Is that so with you, and why should people vote for you? What do you feel that you can bring to New Amsterdam?
Well, I think that I could bring a change. Uh, with what I'm seeing in my area, I think that I can make a change and get certain things done. Like in terms of drainage, road, bridges, like a lot of drainage and road bridges are blocked up. Road is really balanced about, but bridges, you can't even go across, people can't go across. So if I'm elected, I will try to make that change, and I will make that change.
So I guess do you feel like that your constituency needs kind of that youthful energy in order to move forward?
Yes, if you have the youths to come out come November 12th and vote, that change will happen. The youths are there, but they are not willing to come, guys. Like I said before, it's the one thing over and over. This is what we need to guide like them to show them, well, this is we are here to make a change. So come November, we're asking all the youths, like myself and others, to come out and vote November 12th for URP.
And so yes, and so actually, I will now give you, Mr. Roberts, a chance to speak to your experiences.
You know, like I said, I'm the old school guy. But I remember in 2015, our president now, he said he's going to bring back certain things to the country where the youth should be involved. I'm a graduate of GNS, Ghana National Service, and that's in the late 70s. And I think he promised that. That's one of the things he's going to bring back to the country, a national service, where you can take 2 to 4,000 youths off the streets. It hasn't happened. Everywhere you turn, where he lives in a place called Angais Avenue in Amsterdam, right on the outskirts. And if you go in that area, and there's lots of other area like that, you will see a lot of kids, so many of them, or what they're doing, smoking. So it's like their life was just dwindling away, and there's nothing to turn to say, you know what, tomorrow is a hope. There's no hope. There's more hopelessness. And when I look at that, it tears me up inside to see that when I was a youth like them, I had a future here because I can say, you know what, I can go to the boxing gym tomorrow, I can go to classes tomorrow, I can play cricket, I can do different things. All that is dead. There's nothing to turn to, there's nothing to look up to. So what we are saying to you out there, you have tried all the parties for the last 40 to 50 years. My God, you're seeing it right in front of you. It's not working. Make the change, make a difference in your life and in your community and in yourself. Say, you know what? I'm tired of all the old people, of all the old parties. I'm going to try URP because URP seems like they have a care for us, they have a love for us, and we're going forward. I'm, they're not seeing that in any other party. So the love is not there. When I was doing the signatures for us to qualify for this local government election, and I go to someone and says, you know, we're looking to get a signature because you want to qualify for this local government. They say, no, I don't want, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in a party. I have to elaborate, educate them, even try to motivate them. They say, look, you're not voting for a particular party. All we're doing is X, Y, Z. And then you break them down, and then eventually they come to an understanding. People are not literate to many things, and no one is going out there to teach them. They are lacking that. We're lacking people to teach. So the community has fallen apart. The young people has fallen apart. They fall off the edge. There's no hope for them to turn and say, you know what? Oh, tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to the boxing gym. I've been trying to get boxing back in Barbies for years now, and no one is even listening to me. But I have a leader now who not only listen to me, you listen to the vast people in the area, in the country. URP is the place to come with. It's the party to run with. URP is the party that will take us to the next level. Come November 12th, all the youths that see that's hopeless, guys, listen to me carefully. Come out and vote. Look for the cowhead. Look for URP. Look for a symbol, the cowhead, and vote URP. And you'll see a difference in your community. You'll see a difference in your life.
So thank you. So there's definitely some good points to leave us with that. And I noticed that each of you all made this mention of sports being dead, and that that's what often, and you're kind of explaining in a way that resonates, where it's that the youth, it doesn't seem necessarily like the youth have those sort of recreational activities. They don't have uh, those extra like academic activities, those extracurricular activities that they used to have. I mean, even it seems that there, like to my knowledge, a lot of the vocational schools that used to be in the past, that those don't exist. So that I'm sure, especially in your region, that that's really heartfelt.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. There, everything is falling apart. There's no recreational center. Like, can go to a recreational center. Say, you know what? Cricket is going on here today. Boxing is going on here today. There's football going on here. There are things going on, but not at the level that it
Level that is
used to.
expected for the
That is
young people.
expected, exactly. That it used to be. It's more like, for example, let me give you an example, a quick example. In 1979, I went to what we call the Pan American Games to represent Guyana as a boxer. Another time, we had guys like James Van Gilks, June Griffith, who won the Olympic, who won silver medal in the Pan Am Games, Gilks, who won the gold medal in the Pan American Games. But you look back then to now, we have fallen off the map. Nothing has been happening. Nobody's going out and medaling like they used to no more, because sports in general has died. Education is dying. Life is dying. We're not going anywhere as a nation. Now we are oil nation. You're wondering where the jobs. The youths are hopeless. And we are saying to you that URP is going to make the difference in Guyanese lives in the future. And we're starting with local government November 12th. We will make a difference.
And I would say so, and this is actually a question for each of you all, but you can answer that. Um, Given Berbice's importance in terms of people, in terms of its contribution to the country, do you feel that repeated governments, or do you feel like governments as a whole have given it, or can you point to a government that you can say they have given Berbice the attention that it deserves?
No, Berbice is known as the ancient county. It's the first county, but
first
Berbice,
town.
the first town. But Berbice seems to be a forgotten place by
That's right.
all government,
That's right.
whether it's PPP, APNU,
Whoever.
AFC, whoever.
I want
I
to say, sorry.
not
Oh no, I'll definitely get to give you a chance.
Yeah.
To answer,
So,
we have a guy who is in um, the AFC government, Mr. Trotman, who is a born New Amsterdamer, and I've never seen him come back to New Amsterdam and says, "I'm going to do something for New Amsterdam." I've
really?
never seen
Yeah,
him.
really,
Yeah.
really.
He said it in the last election at a meeting. I'm a New Amsterdamer. I was born right here in, you mentioned the street. And I haven't seen him come back anytime. But these parties come on election time and make all these promises to everybody, but they never come back. You are people be in your face. We will be there to help you. We will be there not only election time, but after election time. I would be there every day. I go to all the communities, try to make a difference, try to talk to the youths. They need it. You are people make that difference.
and I see you also.
Yeah, well, I simply need to say, as Mr. Roberts has said just now, that indeed Berbice is like a lost place in terms of having aid from any government. Only time when there's election and they got a campaign, rush to Berbice because they want vote. And mind you, Londoners ought to take note that for over the years, for decades, bauxite was being extracted from Linden. And what was returned to Londoners? Which was Mackenzie, from the days of Mackenzie. Nothing, hardship. Essequibo, Practical, sees billions of dollars pass through. What was done over the years for partitions? People got to wake up. As I said before, people are sleeping. And we need a spiritual revival in this country to wake people up, wake up their ideas from their sleep and slumber. Because it's happening over and over and over. And for me, I am fed up with this. I need to see some changes. Mind you, my kids are abroad and most of my grandchildren. But I need to know that Guyana is a place where each and any member of my family, going on to my great-grandchildren, could return to. And said, this is where my grandpa came from. We need that. We need that. Who is returning to the people? Everybody come with the promises, and I'm safely saying this, without any regards, that all the previous administration that came to power had made some blatant mistakes, even until up to presently. They're not distributing the wealth of Guyana to the people. And that is why there are so many strikes yet to come that I can see in the near future. Because the people are being enlightened gradually. But we need the people to come together and do away with this black man and coolie and this Bornamite and Jaggonite. Look at the URP and see where that if we come together as a people that we indeed will make a difference. All the people are happening in the counties is suffering, and the young people is feeling it mostly. And I'm not ashamed to say that some of the young people have been forced to do things that are not regular in life, that are not normal in life. Because the society is torn apart. I mentioned about the spirit of resentment. I want to tell you, and I want to define it precisely, that when the spirit of resentment comes within a relationship, it's over with. Even though if the two people are hanging on, okay, one of the spouse may say that, why are you doing this? And the other one is saying, I don't give a damn what you say. Even if not saying it, they're thinking that in their minds. And the spirit of resentment is prevalent in all sections of the Guyanese population. We have to cast that. We got to be different. And that is what the URP about, be different. Thanks again for having me.
And if I may add quickly,
Yes.
I just want to say quickly, ladies and gentlemen, we are having in URP a presidential candidate in Mr. Vishnu Bandhu, Dr. Vishnu Bandhu, who is leaving the United States of America to come back to Guyana to make a difference. Take a look at that. You know that it is something big is going to happen. So, having said that, vote URP, and let's take it to the next level. Thank you.
So thank you all for coming in
Thank
to
you,
speak
sir.
with us. Thank you, Mr. And also Mr. Barrio as well. So thank you. And of course, that is all the time that we have for today's edition of URP Practical Talk. As always, I'm your host, George Gonzalez, and we also would like for you to check out the website, www.urpguyana.com, and also find us on Facebook, URP Guyana. Again, thanks for watching.